Hello, my name is Anjali Chakka and I am here in a group with two more people, Yusuf and Ahmed. We have decided to talk about a company called Forever Finds Furniture, which is a Australian kitchen furniture business. This company was established in 2001 and it produces several products like table chairs, rugs, etc. Forever Finds Furniture is a family business which was started by Mark Smith and two of his sons, Zach and Aaron. The company first opened its store in Melbourne with only 9 employees, and the stock was purchased by a private Australian company at a wholesale price and sold further. The company has its headquarters in Darwin, and there are about 5 stores which have been running in all over Australia. The company also has some of its factories in Melbourne, Sydney, and Perth, with about 290 employees working in it. The company has been promoting its business through television, magazine, newspaper, and also online through Facebook or Instagram and Twitter pages. The company has also sold about 20% of its shares to a private business called Town Home Furniture. After running its business successfully, Forever Finds Furniture has decided to enter into an international market, with Venezuela being the first country. Venezuela has been a magnet for foreign investments. People of the country are open to all religions. There is no racism, and nepotism in doing business is not at all common. Women in Venezuela are also given high positions in their work, and people of the country are considered to be very punctual. The legal system in Venezuela allows access to FDIs. Also, with Article 301, there is no discrimination accepted between local and foreign investors. A non residential corporation has all the rights to open up a bank account in Venezuela. They just have to go through some requirements as per asked. According to the Hofstede's cultural principle, there are a lot of differences between Australia and Venezuela in the basis of power distance, individualism, masculinity, uncertainty, avoidance, which are mentioned on the screen. Businesses are mostly funded by the commercial banks, and in order to enter the country, a company can apply for the business visa through which they can visit the country and start a business.
The proposed business operational structure we have chosen for our entity is functional organization structure. It is a type of organizational structure based upon specific tasks such as finance, production, marketing, and it is divided into smaller groups. Why this structure is important for the expansion of business? In doing so, the entire organization is divided into different divisions, and each division is responsible for a professional who has full control over his work. He is seen as a successful person or in charge of the division. Why this structure is important for the expansion of business? In doing so, the entire organization is divided into different divisions, and each division is responsible for a professional who has full control over his work. He is seen as a successful person or in charge of the division. In this new slide, we're going to discuss the relationship between management and shareholders. Shareholders elect board of directors through voting, and the elected directors then run the business. After the end of financial year, the directors have to present a yearly report of the performance of the entity in front of the shareholders. Now we're gonna discuss what mechanism is needed to ensure the success of the business. Because of the political, social, legislative, and market condition, each market has its own complexity. Developing a regional strategy and business plan that drives community progress while keeping in line corporate strategy and cooperation as a whole is critical. We have to create policies, laws, and handbooks that meet local needs while keeping in line with general corporate policies. If Forever Fine Furniture intends to use the recycling benefit, we first must review the improvement during the design and manufacturing phases. Recycling is one of the simplest, easiest ways for furniture retailers to consider the environment during the design process. Whether it be the ethical disposal of waste, the reuse of resources that would otherwise be discarded, or collecting pieces from previous season ranges to use during the designing process.
Price financial cost of the exhibition. The company will increase cost in brushing associated like land, buildings, and machinery as it expand to a new market. Building will include store that the company will open up in different locations to sell it kitchen furniture directly to customers. Their cost will be increased in hiring additional employees to work in the new subsiders and stores that the company will establish in a new market. Staging of the cost will be three kind of stage. The first one covered in the first stage brochures of associate like land and buildings. The second stage of explanation are on the brochures of machinery. The third stage on cost increasing on salaries, allowance and wages of employees. Potential financial benefit to the present entity. The expectation will be very beneficial to the present entry because it will be help it and to improve its sales level. Demand level for kitchen furniture is very high, but production and supply level of the present entry do not meet. Human resource issue. One major human resource issue that will need to be consideration the examination process is the equalization of employees with equalization similar those of the present entry. Now subsidies of the company must have effective requirement and hearing system that will enable them to attract employers who are talent, skills, and competent. If subsiders do not hear such employees, the individual will blow down the performance of other working for the present entry, and the productive of the company in general will decline. The company may even oblige increased salaries, wigs, and allowances is supported by to it is now employees who will work in the location it will expand because that may be only way to attract and retain to minimization in the explanation process. A major minimization of company is contract signing. The present entry will have to sign contract with other corporation that it will from partnership with as it expand to a new market. Similarly, the present entry will sign contract with corporation that will outsource to handle some of the process. Another measure of the competition will be equalization of the patent approval. Some technology and raw materials that will be used by the company are banned by other corporation individual. It will be great militant for the present entry to inquire legal right to utilize printed raw materials and technology for the production operation. Third militants of the company is evaluation of market position. It will be critical to evaluate the present entry market position probably 2 or 3 years after open up new subsidiaries in location. It will be expand to evaluation of the company's market position will be milestone because it will make it possible to know its competitive advantage. What do present director want from current stakeholders or potential investors? Present director want financial support from Boston's investors. The company cannot expand into new market without significant funds. It can source the fund from financial injections like banks, but investors are more profitable because they will not put a lot of pressures on buying rebate their money. Type of investors that are available to the company that it can use financial expansion operation include angel investors, personal investors, and venture capitalists. From stakeholders, specialty suppliers of raw materials, the company requires them to sell it on credit and extend payment time because a new suppliers will take a long duration before they start earning significant revenue and profit. Moreover, the company wanted suppliers to improve equality of raw materials they are provided. Such materials will enable the company manufacture high quality kitchen furniture that seek good price in the market, and it will be highly demanded.